Hello, it's lovely to be with you and to share worship with you again. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Last time we met for worship, we thought about our servant King, Jesus, and how he gave his life for us on the cross. November is the time we remember all those who lost their lives serving their sovereign and country in the armed forces through 2 world wars and many other conflicts. I'm recording this with Remembrance Sunday fast approaching. Not many of those who fought in the world wars are still with us today, but there are many of us who still remember the Second World War. We're going to begin our service today by singing a hymn often sung at this time of year at the many commemorative services. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come.
O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Under the shadow of thy throne, thy saints have dwelt secure. Sufficient is thine arm alone, and our defense is sure. Before the hills in order stood, our earth received her frame. From everlasting thou art God, to endless years the same. 1,000 ages in thy sight are like an evening gone, short as the watch that ends the night before the rising sun. Time like an ever-rolling stream bears all its sons away. They fly forgotten as a dream dies at the opening day. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come. Be thou our God while life shall last, and our eternal home.
Let's pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we praise you and thank you for being our trustworthy and faithful God, unchanging, reliable, always there. We ask you to help us be the people you want us to be. We thank you for the Bible, full of help and instruction for daily living. Help us to obey its guidelines. We thank you for all our armed forces who fought for our country in 2 world wars and with your help brought us to victory, and have fought in several conflicts since. Grant them courage and skill for the jobs they do, and for those suffering as a result of their service, we pray they will receive the understanding and help they need. Dear Lord, you created such a beautiful world. Please forgive us for misusing it and messing it up. We hear a lot about climate change, and even we in this country are experiencing it. Please forgive us when our lifestyle contributes to this problem, and help us to live more carefully and considerately. We thank you for our families and friends and for those who look after us. Help us not to take them for granted, but to show our appreciation for all they do for us. Please accept our prayers in Jesus' name. Amen. And now we'll say together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. Let's sing again before we have our Bible reading, which is all about God's Word, the Bible, and is taken from Psalm 19, verses 7 to 11. One of David's many psalms, and he, of course, was a soldier king. Our friend Chris has kindly agreed to read for us today, but first, let's sing. Lord, thy word abideth, and our footsteps guideth.
Lord, thy word abideth, and our footsteps guideth. Who its truth believeth, light and joy receiveth. Who can tell the pleasure, who recount the treasure, by thy word imparted to the simple-hearted? When the storms are o'er us, and dark clouds before us, then its light directeth, and our way protecteth. When our foes are near us, then thy word doth cheer us, word of consolation, message of salvation, word of mercy giving, succor to the living, word of life supplying, comfort to the dying.
The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The rules of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and drippings of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them your servant is warned. In keeping them there is great reward.
Thanks, Chris, for that lovely reading. Christians are often referred to as soldiers. Indeed, one group under William Booth formed themselves into the Salvation Army, complete with uniforms and banners. But if we're soldiers, what are we fighting for? I have 3 suggestions for you today. To maintain the truth about Jesus and our faith. To encourage others to believe in Jesus as God's Son, who died so we could be forgiven. To believe the Bible as the inspired Word of God. It's this last one I want us to think about in particular today. Our late Queen was patron of over 600 charities, and one of those was Bible Society. And she was patron of this society throughout the whole of her reign and supported their work in getting scriptures out not only in our own country but across the world. Bible Sunday this year was celebrated on the 30th of October. Bible Sunday is when many people get together to thank God for the Bible and the work of Bible Society. The Queen was presented with the Bible at her coronation. In fact, all our monarchs have been since 1689, and I expect King Charles will be at his coronation next year. These are the words said at the presentation. We present you with this book, the most valuable thing that this world affords. Here is wisdom. This is the royal law. These are the lively oracles of God. As a child, her family read the Bible together daily, and she continued to read it in her old age and to take courage and strength and wisdom from its teaching. It's not a habit many people or families have today, because many disregard the Bible altogether, claiming it's now out of date and not relevant to our society. But as we've slowly abandoned it, our society no longer seems to live by the same principles, nor have the same guidelines. I've been reading about the old reformers from the 14 and 1500s, who fought for the truths of our faith, some of whom were burned at the stake for wanting to translate the Bible so that we could all read it, understand it, and have a copy of our own. It was a crime in those days to read it if you weren't clergy. And when a lad of 19 was found reading the Bible in Brentwood Chapel in Essex, it eventually led to him being burned at the stake in 1555. Today, I want to encourage us all to contend for or fight for our faith and fight for the truths of the Bible and continue the work that people like Wycliffe and Tyndale began all those centuries ago, and also to regularly read the Bible, the fruit of their labours and the result of the many hardships they suffered whilst doing this work. Our final hymn today is an old favourite. In fact, most of the hymns we use are old because of copyright problems. So, what is it? When we walk with the Lord in the light of His word, which encourages us to walk according to God's teaching as laid down in the Bible.
When we walk with the Lord in the light of His word, what a glory He sheds on our way. While we do His good will, He abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Not a shadow can rise, not a cloud in the skies, but His smile quickly drives it away. Not a doubt or a fear, not a sigh or a tear can abide while we trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Not a burden we bear, not a sorrow we share, but our toil He doth richly repay. Not a grief or a loss, not a frown or a cross, but is blessed if we trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. But we never can prove the delights of His love until all on the altar we lay. For the favour He shows, for the joy He bestows, are for them who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Then in fellowship sweet we will sit at His feet, or we'll walk by His side in the way. What He says we will do, where He sends we will go. Never fear, only trust
how time flies. It's time to say goodbye again. But let's bless each other by saying the grace together before we part. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all evermore. Amen. Let's remind ourselves of some of the words Chris read earlier from Psalm 19. This time they're slightly different because we're using another Bible, but they mean the same. Shall we say them together? The law of the Lord is perfect. It gives new strength. The commands of the Lord are trustworthy, giving wisdom to those who lack it. The laws of the Lord are right, and those who obey them are happy. Well, it's time to go again. It's lovely having been with you, but it's goodbye until next time. Bye.
Bye.